That melody is not really there to entertain anyone.
In Taiwan, it works more like a moving city alert.
You hear it from your apartment, and the reaction is not, "What a lovely tune."
It is, "Wait, the garbage truck is here." In many neighborhoods, trash is not placed in a big curbside bin all day.
Residents bring it downstairs at a certain time and hand it directly to sanitation workers.
The music turns the truck into a rolling alarm clock. It moves through alleys and apartment blocks, telling people, "Now it is your area's turn." Without that sound, many residents would miss the truck, keep garbage at home, or leave bags outside too early. The melody connects private household time to public collection time. To understand the music, you first have to understand the logic behind the system. The basic idea is simple: garbage should not sit outdoors for hours. That helps reduce smells, street mess, pests, and bags piling up along sidewalks. But this system has one big requirement.
Residents have to know when the truck is coming. A schedule on a notice board helps, but daily life is messy. People are cooking, working, studying, caring for children, or just not watching the clock. The music turns an abstract collection time into a live signal. You do not need to memorize the exact minute. When the melody approaches, you know it is time to tie the bag, grab the recycling, and go down. The sound is not a decorative extra. It is the interface that makes the policy usable. In a dense city, sound has a special efficiency. A notice has to be read. An app has to be opened. A group message can get buried. But a familiar melody can pass through windows, stairwells, kitchens, balconies, and shop fronts. It does not need to be perfect to the second. It only needs to be practical. Far away, it means get ready. At the corner, it means go now. Fading into the distance, it means the chance is gone. This is low-tech, but it fits crowded urban life surprisingly well. Of course, it has trade-offs. For night shift workers, babies, students, and people who need quiet, the sound can be disruptive. But as a public alert, it reaches people who may not all use the same apps, websites, or building systems. Watch the street during those few minutes, and it almost looks like a short urban dance. Someone runs down from an apartment.
Someone slowly carries recycling.
A shop owner brings out cardboard.
A resident separates food waste from general trash. Sanitation workers, recycling trucks, neighbors, and vehicles all move inside the same narrow window of time.
The music is not there to make the scene cute. It lowers coordination costs. Nobody needs to call every household. Nobody needs to knock on every door. One shared signal tells everyone what comes next. That is what makes city systems fascinating. They do not always look like laws, machines, or signs. Sometimes they are a melody people have learned to act on. For a few minutes, scattered households become one synchronized routine. But the music is only the part people hear. Behind it is a larger system: route planning, stop locations, sanitation crew schedules, general waste, recycling, food scraps, local rules, street width, traffic, and neighborhood density. You may hear the same kind of melody, but the process behind it can vary from place to place. Some routes feel very predictable. Others may shift because of weather, traffic, construction, or local conditions. When you see the music as a notification system, it stops looking like a cute local habit and starts looking like the audible surface of public administration. You are hearing public health, labor, resident behavior, and city space trying to cooperate in real time. The song is simple, the coordination behind it is not. So why has this become part of Taiwan's everyday memory? Because it repeats constantly, and it happens close to home. As a child, you might hear the music and watch a parent rush to grab the trash. As an adult, the same melody may send you running from your own room. Over time, it becomes more than a sanitation signal. It becomes part of the local soundscape: evening streets, plastic bags, neighbors at the curb, and sanitation crews moving through the alley. That cultural feeling was not necessarily designed for tourism. It grew because a practical system became wrapped in personal memory. Visitors may find it strange. Locals may barely question it. It is not just a song, it is a trained reflex. When the sound arrives, the city starts closing one small loop of the day. Could the system work more quietly? In theory, yes.
Cities could use fixed collection points, building-level storage, underground disposal systems, community pickup, phone alerts, or other digital notices.
But every alternative has a cost.
Fixed points need space and management. Building systems depend on property rules and community cooperation.
Phone alerts require attention, access, and people actually checking them. Underground systems require construction and maintenance. The music is simple, direct, and widely understandable. Its weakness is obvious too: noise, limited flexibility, and stress for people with different schedules. So the real question is not whether the music is modern or old-fashioned. The question is how a city balances cleanliness, cost, efficiency, convenience, and the right to quiet. So why do garbage trucks in Taiwan play music?
Not because trash collection needs a soundtrack, but because the system needs residents and vehicles to meet in a short window of time.
The melody turns the truck's location into a signal.
It turns a fixed route into a daily rhythm. It turns an administrative process into a language the neighborhood understands. The sound may be annoying, nostalgic, efficient, or all three at once. It also reminds us that cities do not run only on roads, wires, signs, and apps. They run on repeated signals that people learn to recognize. This little melody helps turn a messy public health task into a few minutes of shared coordination.
You may not love it, but when you hear it, you know the system is working.